Yo, what's good, YouTube? Welcome back to Skylar React. Today we got Kris, aka Ava, Tyson. Situation is crazy. I'm not gonna do too much talking. As always, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, join the fam, and yeah, let's get it.
Yesterday, Ava Kris Tyson of the MrBeast crew had a ton of evidence surface about horrible behavior with how they communicated with minors, as well as a past of really disgusting shit.
What, bro? This is the first time I'm hearing anything about this situation. I'm not on Twitter or anything, so yeah. Even though I have a Twitter account, I barely be on there. But this is crazy. What?
Yesterday, Ava Kris Tyson of the MrBeast crew had a ton of evidence surface about horrible behavior with how they communicated with minors, as well as a past of really disgusting shit. A lot of
Damn.
people are calling the season 7 writers of 2024 internet drama lazy because they're reusing a similar plotline. A lot of people drew comparisons to Dr. Disrespect recently being outed for talking inappropriately to a minor. There are
What's up with these celebs, right? And famous people or well-known people up with like minors and bro, these how many women out there, how many adult, bro? It's so fucking like how can you stoop that low to like even think about like a child, bro? Come on, bro. Like, damn, it's
tons of
sad.
screenshots to showcase exactly what was being said to someone who was between 13 and 14 years old at the time, and it's fucking gross. It's completely unacceptable. Some of them were just public tweets right under everyone's nose. So, Ava Tyson was an adult at this point, Lava was a child. And saying things like, I
Damn.
posted some fire nudes for you, please no share. And then other shit like, but not $5, pathetic JK kissy face. They seem to communicate a lot, even sending Snapchats. So here's one that says "coming for America," and then goes on to talk about being in a group chat and everything. And I've seen a lot of people try and cope and deflect, saying like, "Oh, it's just edgy jokes. People are blowing this out of proportion."
And then they have like those morons who just be like, no, it's not that serious. You're taking out of context or purport. Like, bro, what? It's plain. It's like so delusional. It's so crazy how like grown adults can be so delusional. Sometimes it's like it's right there in plain sight, but they're like, oh, but it can't be this way because of this and that, or they just like in straight denial for what reason? For someone that you don't even know personally. Like they're literally you watch their videos that's edited, that's cut out, you don't know them for real. Like all that internet stuff is all personas. Like stop defending these people so much as if they're like your family member. Like I don't understand.
What a bunch of fucking nonsense. That's a load of hooey. That's dirty barnacles. That's ridiculous. Under no circumstances should an adult be communicating with a child in any inappropriate manner whatsoever. Edgy
I don't even believe in kids having social media. I don't know why like they should create like a law that you have to be 18.
jokes between adults.
So yeah, so like I was saying, I think like once like all social media, you need to be 18 to be on there. Like they should have a thing like when you signed up, like you need to upload some type of like proof of ID or whatever to make sure that you're 18. 'Cause there's no way Twitter should be in hands of any like teenager under 18. Like it's crazy. What's on Twitter is crazy. That should be 18 plus only. Face like every social media, Snapchat, all that needs to be 18 plus. That's how to prevent all these creep and how to protect the kids basically because like come on bro, like all these celebs and not even celeb but like these influencers these kids be looking up to is all bunch of creeps. Like at the end of the day they're all a bunch of creeps, bro. It's no way like this is acceptable. There's no way.
Communicating with a child in any inappropriate manner whatsoever. Edgy jokes between an adult and a child are still fucking gross. That's not like the slam dunk defense that some people seem to think it is. Under no circumstances should an adult be in a group chat with a bunch of children sending "coming for America" pictures. Like, that's still bad. That's still horrible. That's still
Like
really fucking weird.
just in a group, just being in a group itself, you don't even have to say anything weird. Just being in that group is weird itself. Like it's just weird. I mean,
From what I can tell, most of the screenshots and a lot of the compiled evidence comes from this YouTuber, Prism42. This seems to be where most of it started, and since this video dropped, there's been a lot more screenshots that have come out with all kinds of really bad things that were being said to or about minors. I've
damn.
only shown a couple here, but there's quite a bit more, and they're all just as bad, if not worse. Like, for some reason, Ava Tyson had a habit of calling a 13 or 14-year-old daddy. Like, you
And it's so weird too because at the same time, it's just like you doing all this, but then still turn out to be a true. I don't like this situation, bro. This is this is like come and the fact that he's all over like he's a big face of MrBeast brand and all like the videos and channel too. So that's kind of like especially for how big MrBeast is. He's like the biggest content creator on the planet. And like for that to be like MrBeast like right hand man slash woman is kind of crazy to be in that situation. I don't know what MrBeast gonna do, but he need to cut ties ASAP.
Can't just write that off as being like quirky, inappropriate, edgy jokes that people are blowing out of proportion. That's unacceptable. It's indefensible. Now, the 13, 14-year-old in question for a lot of these messages is someone that has come forward to give their own accounts of the situation. And according to them, they don't believe that they were groomed or anything bad was done on the part of Ava Tyson or anything like that. And I'll just go ahead and give my take on it here. I talked about it on stream. And I'm not trying to be some kind of armchair psychologist because I'm just, at the end of the day, a little reptile brain idiot. But I really do feel like in a situation
That's how I feel too, bro. That's how I feel too.
like this, it's very difficult to process just how inappropriate or unacceptable something was when you lived it. I imagine that it's
Bro, where's the parents though? Like I understand like okay, your kids have like their privacy and whatnot, but do you not like make sure your kids like make sure like your daughters and your sons like know who they're talking to? Cause some of these adults be portraying as kids and catfishing, and then that's how you have like these teens going missing and this and that. Like you gotta make sure like you know like your child is actually talking to another like peer because you do not want them to be like, hey, talking to this person who is like a grown ass adult the entire time. Like, hey, do you want to go chill at this park and then end up being a and then get kidnapped and this and that? You have to know who your child is talking to. All right. You don't have to necessarily go through the phone, but build that trust and have that honest conversation, bro. Like, and go through that phone. Double check.
very difficult to view this as the person that you communicated to so closely for so long was actually evil or doing things that were wrong. But in reality, no child should have this kind of relationship with an adult where you're joking about sending nudes to a minor or making edgy jokes about coming for America. So while the person here might not feel like a victim, it really is completely unacceptable that Ava Tyson would be communicating with them like this. It really is, no matter how it's spun. Now, it is important to mention that right now, most of the evidence is screenshots, so I guess there is the chance that some could be faked, but some of them
Here we go about the it's probably fake. It's probably Photoshop. It's probably bro. It's like at this point everything is fake. At this point everything is fake. Diddy, all the allegation, all the hard evidence is Photoshop. It's fake. It's planted. It's fake. You know what I'm saying? It's fake. Everything is fake.
seem very hard to fake. Like, there's a video going through a Snapchat conversation with Ava. There's also confirmed things that were publicly tweeted from their account over the years, which I'll get to now. And it was also revealed that Ava Tyson had a history of being a Shadman enthusiast. Since all of the tweets have been
What?
deleted, it makes it very difficult to find the times that they communicated with Shadman or talked about Shadman and the art.
Even put it in the bio, the guy in Mr. Beast's video sometimes. Oh my god,
But I
bro.
did find this from Mudahar's video, who went to the Wayback Machine and showcased this tweet. And Mudahar censored it because the character does not appear to be over the age of 18. For those of you that know that name, that might have just triggered a Winter
Wow.
Soldier moment in your brain with your eyes rolling into the back of your skull, because it is so foul. Shadman was an artist who drew child porn. Now, when you hear that, a lot of people think that you're talking about
I never knew Chadman. I never knew what a guy that draws child. What is wrong with what? Nah, bro. This is
who
OD.
drew child porn. Now, when you hear that, a lot of people think that you're talking about lolly or lolly hentai type shit,
What? There's
which
more to
is
them.
characters that look like little girls but are actually 5,000-year-old vampires. Like, that's the meme. Fucking
Nah, that's not a meme, bro. That's a fetish, bro. Lock them up, bro. Lock them up. Throw away the keys. You mean to you mean to tell me you're purposely drawing something that looks like a child, but then trying to say change the name? Like, oh no, it's old. Lock them up. Throw away the keys ASAP. Oh hell no. What?
Sipping from their Mountain Dew, going, uncultured swine. You see, it's not actually a real child. This is a victimless crime. This may look like a 4-year-old girl, but you don't understand the lore. She's actually coming from a sophisticated line of goblin ogres, and she is over 400 years old. So it's completely legal, and you're weird for thinking that it's weird. But with Shadman, he wasn't drawing Lolly. He was drawing real children sexually. So one of the most infamous cases was when he drew Keemstar's 8-year-old daughter in
I'm
a
crashing out. I'm crashing out. I'm telling you, bro. If and bro, I on my life, I'm crashing out. I'm crashing out. If I'm Keemstar, bro, I'm crashing out. I'm crashing out, bro. I'm wiping that guy off the map. On God, I'm wiping that man off the map. Wiping him off the map. I'm sorry.
one of the most infamous cases was when he drew Keemstar's 8-year-old daughter in a pornographic setting. That actual fucking lunatic drew porn of an 8-year-old girl. That's not hearsay or anything. That is something that actually happened. And you know what's even crazier? I talked about this on stream. A lot of people supported him publicly. Like, a lot of people defended that. Back when Shadman dropped that revolting dog shit, there was a lot of people that were pumping their fists saying, "Go Shadman! It's Keemstar, who cares? Doesn't matter, he deserves it anyway." Shadman, do you take
That's
requests? Can you do this person's underage daughter next? He received applause for drawing child porn. Let that shit marinate for a moment. So,
I don't think I wanted to marinate, bro. What? I'm like, there's a whole community of creeps supporting. Like I said before, it's not hard to catch them. And this is why like human trafficking go way up above in the whole government and this and that. It goes way up there because there's no way there's information like this about a group of people who support things like this and not lock them up. There is no way y'all is not putting on Rico on all of these motherfuckers in these community like fetish whatever the shit it may be. Like, come on, bro. Like, what?
anyway, Ava Tyson has
If I was like DEA, bro, DA or something, bro, I'm taking notes. I'm like, what group? Twitter? Okay, I'm gonna create a list and we knocking on every door. What?
publicly tweeted about Lolly. And in particular, there are tweets of Ava Tyson talking either to or about Shadman. A lot of the tweets are gone now because the Twitter account has been nuked, but there are archives of a lot of them. And one thing that still persists, and one thing that a lot of people have been showing, is that Ava Tyson may have actually commissioned a piece from Shadman, or at the very
What?
least, purchased a piece from Shadman. There's a clip from a MrBeast video where there is Shadman art hanging on the wall, belonging to Ava Tyson. I censored the close up of the art for obvious reasons, but this is something that is irrefutable. The only question about
Damn.
Ava Tyson and Shadman's connection is whether or not a piece was commissioned or purchased. But at the very least, a piece was owned by Ava Tyson. And I don't think there's any wiggle room to just explain this away as some kind of innocent whoops-a-daisy moment of being ignorant of what the art was. With Ava Tyson having publicly talked about content and art like that, and then also owning a Shadman piece, I don't think it's some kind of coincidence. Like, I don't think it was an
Yeah.
accident and they didn't know Shadman drew child porn. I really don't. And then yet another disturbing video surfaced where they had actually made a video a long time ago that linked to revenge porn of Jeanette McCurdy.
The story is she
Wait,
sent
what?
pictures to her boyfriend, her now ex-boyfriend, and he leaked them out. And but the links in the description if you want to see them. I mean, I'm not endorsing people to go look at somebody else's private business, but I know that people might want to see them, so it's there if you want it.
That's
You
crazy. That's astonishing.
wait, how you gonna link someone else's nudes in your YouTube bio and say I'm not endorsing anyone to go what? Bro, my brain cell is low key decreasing. I thought smoking weed did that, but this is like doing it 10 times faster. Like I don't understand.
people might want to see them, so it's there if you want it.
That's crazy. That's astonishing. Sharing revenge porn publicly and trying to spin it like, well, some people might want to see this. So
Insane.
for you degenerates, I've posted the link in the description.
I got you.
If you
Like,
if you want to
what?
check that out. But you'd be weird to do that, and I'm not endorsing it. That's unhinged. Completely unhinged. So all of this started to hit the mainstream. More and more people started sharing screenshots as well as other chat logs, all kinds of things with a history of communicating inappropriately with or about minors. And in response, a couple hours ago, Ava Tyson did make a statement, and this is what was said. I would like to apologize for any of my past behavior or comments if it hurt or offended anyone. It was not my intent. Seeing recent events, we've mutually decided it's best I permanently step away from all things MrBeast and social media to focus on my family and mental health. That is
I think one day I always go to like play the victim. I'm gonna take a step back from everything and I'm gonna just go into my depression hole and focus on my family and this and that, bro. I'm gonna say, didn't you just ruin your family and change? But I'm not even going to go through there, bro. But
away
that's
from all
yeah.
things MrBeast and social media to focus on my family and mental health. That is kind of a textbook non-apology. It doesn't address anything. It doesn't
That's I won't say equivalent, but I would say like a bad cop shoot an innocent guy and then he get paid leave. You know what I'm saying? He get paid vacation. So it's not really punishment, but at the same time, it kind of look like punishment to the open eyes, to the public eyes that don't know anything, that has like two brain cells. So it's kind of like, yeah, it's not really apology or taking accountability. Really, it's just saying, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm gonna just take a break from everything. Come back a few months later. Hopefully, everyone gonna forget, and then I get to continue my career. That's literally what it is.
kind of a textbook
Just going ghost until everything blows over.
non-apology. It doesn't address anything. It doesn't talk about anything. It's just like this blanket boilerplate statement about stepping away. There's no denial of anything, no claims that some of the information is false, made up, fabricated, a lie, a fib, a bunch
Nothing.
of malarkey, nothing at all. You would really think that if any of the information was wrong or faked, that would be one of the first things that Ava Tyson would want to set the record straight on. But that
Oh, he do got a point. I have yet to see anything like defending like herself, himself, whatever, like defending themselves, right? It was like, oh, this is fake, or I did not say that, or this is out of context. He does say, I'm sorry for my past behavior, and that's it. So everything is true. All the screenshots, every damn, that's tough.
the first things that Ava Tyson would want to set the record straight on. But that didn't happen. Even if it was something like needing more time, I really feel like that would have been expressed in the statement, saying, need more time to talk about all of these things that are incorrect. But again, that's not there. So they're assumed to be all correct at this point, and they're indefensible, the things that have come out here. As I was rendering this video, Ava Tyson dropped more tweets claiming that no one was ever groomed, and then states that the victim vocally supported that that's false. I again already told you my feelings on that. I really don't think a child who has this kind of relationship with an adult would ever really recognize just how inappropriate it was because it became so normalized to them, which it never should be. It's a horrible thing, and there really is no excusing it in my eyes. Going further, there's an apology about unacceptable social media posts and then saying that it was edgy jokes and that it was unacceptable humor, that it's like a thing of the past and it's been misconstrued into things that didn't happen, and then not wanting the accusations to impact hundreds of people who work at MrBeast, which is why Ava Tyson has stepped away.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a little different. I feel like it's gonna be a little bit different when it comes to like Mr. Beast and like the people he has around him. I think so. I think he need to really like look into the people around him and like make sure, because being the biggest content creator on the planet, you really don't need this type of like publicity or any type of like allegations surrounding your name or brand. And yeah, this is not good because a lot of parents gonna look at this. First of all, he already turned into a trend, so a lot of people already looking at this like, but then now you're involved in like predator talk. Like, so not a lot of people is gonna be like, all right, I don't want my kids to be watching Mr. Beast because obviously the people he has around him, it's not ideal, and we don't want our kids to be exposed to that. So that's another thing Mr. Beast have to be like eye opener about.
I just don't think you can write off a lot of those social media posts as edgy jokes or edgy humor when you actually owned art from an artist who draws child porn. That's not a joke anymore. Haha, bought some child porn art. Like, that's not exactly side
Yeah.
splitting comedy. Like, I don't really think you can just go ahead and hand wave that as being edgy and like,
No lie, and I keep pausing, right? No lie, I have never been such a big fan of someone that actually bought a product. And the fact that you went out of your way to buy that, yeah, that's more of a fan. That's like a super duper fan, bro. Like the fact that you actually buying paintings of child, risking your life and future, bro, is yeah.
old humor that you've grown from. And then some of the tweets about it and like requests, what's the joke? Like, what's the punchline of that? I really don't think you can just say, it's just edgy jokes that are blown out of proportion. Sorry if people are offended by it. Like, that just doesn't really work to
That
me.
way.
As of
Yeah.
right now, there's
Oh,
been no response from MrBeast or anyone else on the team about all of this. So it remains to be seen whether or not Jimmy or anyone else on the team knew about these things or what's going on there. But as of me making this video, there's still no response yet.
I don't think so, cause if Mr. Beast knew about this, I have a good feeling Mr. Beast would have pay off someone to like bury this completely, knowing that what's that it include him too. It's hard to say, but that guy or that girl is a big part of Mr. Beast. So I think Mr. Beast would have paid some type of money to like get rid of it, that all the allegations and whatnot, if they knew about it. But yeah.
So this whole situation is obviously horrible. And there's a little bit more I want to talk about here, and it's something I didn't even think I'd ever need to talk about, but I guess we've reached this point in the internet where this is necessary. I've been being attacked on Twitter, just fucking dogpiled, about my ignoring the situation and refusing to speak on it, being too much of a coward to talk about all this, which is crazy to me. And then people saying like, "Oh, where was the same energy for or where was the same energy that you had for Dr. Disrespect here?" And it's crazy that I even have to talk about this. So last night during stream, this story was still breaking. Things were still coming out about this story, and I talked about it on stream last night. The same day all of these pieces of evidence were surfacing. I talked about it immediately. Once I became aware of what the evidence was out there and what the claims were and what was going on, I was talking about it right away. And I even posted a video that is highly edited and short, nice and concise, about the whole bare bones of the situation and my thoughts on it for the second channel. So that way, even if you have the biggest brain rot and can't focus on a video for long, you can still finish that whole video and see just how bad this whole Ava Tyson situation is. So I talked about it immediately, but Twitter didn't see that video. And
I'm sorry, bro. Twitter is not a real place. It's not. Twitter is not a real place. The people on there don't have no type of brain cell, just praying, just brain rot. You know what I'm saying? It's not a real place. Don't take anything. Yeah.
and the ones that did wrote it off as, oh, he's only going to put this on his second channel because he's afraid to put it on his main channel. He didn't do that for Dr. Disrespect. He was like that with Dr. Disrespect. You are provably wrong. All you had to do was activate a few fucking neurons in your noodle. Check my Dr. Disrespect video. I posted it at, I think it was 9 p.m. on June 22nd. June 22nd is when my Dr. Disrespect video went up. The allegation against Dr. Disrespect was on June 21st. So what happened is, that allegation came out. I talked about it on stream. Dr. Disrespect made a statement as well the same day that I talked about on stream. Then the following day, almost a full 24 hours later, I made the video talking about it. And in this situation, it is the exact same timeline. I was talking about it as everything was unfolding. I even had a video go up on the second channel going over everything that was coming out, and now I'm making the full video about it 24 hours later. It's
That's how it is. Being a YouTuber, bro, I swear, people think you don't have a life. People think like you're just sitting there all day just recording. Like the amount of please react to this, please do this, please spamming. Like, bro, relax. Other people have jobs, have families, have lives, bro. Like people don't sit there and just make videos all day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes people just need to chill. Like it's not that deep or serious. whatsoever.
The exact same speed and same energy as the Dr. Disrespect situation. And the main person who started this lightning rod of accusations about me ducking it and refusing to address it is fucking Sneeko of all people.
Oh my god, not Sneeko, bro. I swear, if I can throw hands with Sneeko like a quick boxing match, bro, I would. Bro, I would do it for the free ski. For the free ski. Just because of Tyson, bro. He tried my boy, bro. No, I'm just joking, but I don't like Sneeko.
Look out, Moist Critical is not going to go talk about the Kris situation because he wants to have the MrBeast collab. Bro, you're going to talk about every other trending situation, Dr. Disrespect, Sneeko, anything that goes viral goes on your main channel. Kris, the associate of the biggest YouTube channel in the world, you do a 4-minute clip on your second channel. Stop coping and be a journalist if you're going to be a journalist, or just say that you want to have the collab. Stop lying.
Jesus Christ, the fucking drool there is gonna drive me insane. I need to go put on the fucking bathrobe here and give him PTSD or something. What do you mean it is a 4-minute clip? Because I did that so people like you who don't pay attention long enough could see my take on it and also get the bare bones information of what makes it so horrible. That's the reason it's a 4-minute clip on the second channel. It was never going to be the only video I made talking about it. I was always going to make a full breakdown of this because it's bad. It's a horrible situation.
People is like, oh my god, it just dropped. Run to the PC. Oh my god, must upload immediately. Like, bro, people need to sit down and process. People need to plan. People need to write down notes and to make the video, edit the video. It's just like, bro, give the man at least 3 days, bro. 3 business days.
So yes, you're right. I do talk about like big trending bad shit like Dr. Disrespect or like Cody Ko most recently. I don't know why people thought I wouldn't talk about this. I knew Cody Ko far more than I knew Ava Tyson. I talked to Cody Ko at length one time on his podcast and then one other time in DMs. Ava Tyson, I met 1.5 times. I first met them after a poker game with MrBeast. They showed up right at the end, right before I left. And then at the most recent MrBeast video, also right when I got out, Ava Tyson showed up and I talked to them for a couple of minutes. But I never knew Ava Tyson very well. Cody Ko I did, and I still wasn't afraid to talk about how awful his shit was. So I've never been someone to fucking shy away from a bad situation like this just because I know or am familiar with the person that it's about. So I don't know why people thought that that would be the case here. And also for the millionth fucking time, I'm not a journalist. I'm like the Z-tier stupid journalist, like this actual layman fucking CTE riddled idiot that reports on stories.
I wouldn't consider him a journalist. I mean, he does state his opinion on popular topic. I don't think that's a journalist. I just think that's like someone who has an opinion that's very popular. I don't know.
And I talk about them usually to make jokes about them. In rare cases, and recently it's been very common, there's serious stories that I am very passionate about delivering and talking about how shitty they are. So like in a situation like this, yeah, this isn't really a story that I joke a lot about because it is serious. When there is a victim who is a child here, that's something to take seriously. But I'm not a fucking journalist. Most of the shit I talk about is the most inconsequential mumbo jumbo ever, like aliens in warp drives, or that recent story about how scientists discovered hippos can fly because they get airborne for a split second, literally like 1/2 of a frame. They're able to get all 4 little legs off the ground. And I talk about those stories and joke about them. It's just talking about shit to joke about it for the most part, except in cases like this, where it is a serious story that I talk about. Now, Sneeko, I hope you're ready for the cold water here, because I'm going to be brutally honest with you. When this story broke, I thought for sure, I would have actually bet money that you would have been some kind of contrarian talking about how this is actually not a big deal and everyone who's pretending to be outraged about it is actually just a hypocrite. Because you have been on this crusade for a while now about not agreeing with the age of consent. So I really thought you'd be talking about how, oh, this is just like Dr. Disrespect, who you ran hard defense for with this imaginary 17-year-old you cooked up in your head based off of one fake email from an anonymous source. And I thought you would be going that angle again, saying like, oh, well, that 13-year-old was probably very mature.
Age of consent should be maturity. It's not even 18 in most states. Why do you even believe that? It's because in Hollywood, it's 18, so that gets pushed everywhere. In most places, 16. And if you question that, then they call you a pedo. I believe the age of consent is the age of maturity. It should be called the age of marriage. Age of consent implies that you're gonna have out of wedlock. I think it's better that people get married at 16, 17 than to have a bunch of premarital until they're 30 and they're washed up and then they get jaded and they're on birth control and they have dried up eggs. I think that
And this is this is the brain rot, bro. I swear, bro. If I can just put my hands on him just for like just for like 3 rounds, bro, I would. I swear, I would have knocked some sense into this dude, bro.
It's better for society.
He's so pseudo-intellectual that he actually argues for things that defend pedophilia. That's fucking ridiculous. And when challenged on this, it's even worse. So there's an older clip now, it's quite a few months old, where XQC and Destiny actually challenge him on this right to his face, and holy shit, it's bad.
You see how you want to answer the question? You see how he's going to yap and not answer the question? I'm going to ask the same thing when you're done. Go ahead.
I just answered the question. I just told you.
What was the age?
I just told you at a developed age.
Sneeko thinks you should be able to fuck 9-year-olds. That's what Sneeko thinks, and he won't answer that question honestly. Or he's going to have to give a different answer, in which case he's updated his morality. He's updated his views, and that's really uncomfortable for him. You don't have an answer to any of this shit, bro. Go back to fucking that fucking corner in London where you're getting roasted by year 1 debaters on fucking Christianity. This is retarded. I don't know what the fuck you're doing in here.
Okay, so you can leave the call. I wanted to go talk about this word.
I don't want to leave the call. I like hanging out here. I've talked to a lot of pedophiles in the past, so.
Okay, Sneeko, I'm actually curious now. What do you think the age of development is?
I just told you. It depends on where you are. It depends on the world.
Then at what stage do you think something is developed in it? What stage of development? Because there's a lot of stages of development.
It varies. I don't think
it varies on the what?
You see how he's avoided answering that direct question? Bro, lock his ass up, bro.
It varies on the age.
It varies on the age?
It depends on where you are.
You need to have set ages for that. There are stages of development. As a child, an adolescent,
You can hear him start to snivel in the background there as he's sucking up snot from his nose, getting cooked, and his brain is fucking overheating, malfunctioning, trying to formulate some kind of response to the easiest question in the world about what he thinks the age of consent should be. He keeps talking about the age of development and then can't even put a number on it. So everyone, please feel free to ask Sneeko what he thinks the age of consent should be if you want to see a human being fucking glitch out and malfunction like an Oblivion NPC. You can't answer the most basic question in the world. That is concerning. You realize how deranged that makes you look, Sneeko? That makes you look like an actual danger to society, that you don't agree with the age of consent and try and argue around it. That's what every pedophile ever that Chris Hansen talked to would do. Like,
bro, that's their moment. Anytime they come to like, bro, they should keep it. Matter of fact, make it 21. I don't really care, bro.
You're fucking weirdo. So for you of all people, this fucking putrid vermin, this absolute slimy worm, to have the gall to say that I only care about the MrBeast collab, thus this whole story is just relegated. You'd never use that word. That word's
because he been needing MrBeast collab. Bro, do you know how big he is? Bro, he sits down and talk to the camera and get an average of like 6 million views per video. Like,
too big for you. This whole story is just put on his second channel where no one's gonna see it because it's safer that way so he can keep the MrBeast collab alive. He's afraid, he's a coward for it. He has no problem abandoning his morals and defending blatant pedophilia, brushing it under the rug as long as it means it keeps the MrBeast collab alive. For you to make insinuations like that and even claims like that is fucking unhinged, considering you make actual pedophile defense arguments constantly, and you have publicly put on the clown makeup and worn white knight armor complete with the shield to defend Dr. Disrespect when he himself publicly admitted to messaging a minor inappropriately. It's fucking insanity. It makes me want to spit that I even have to talk about this, but it became such a huge fiery issue on Twitter about me.
Bro, I love this guy. His energy, bro, is peak alpha.
Spit that I even have to talk about this, but it became such a huge fiery issue on Twitter about me specifically that I felt the need to have to include this in this video, which should have been entirely focused on everything Ava Tyson has done and why it is so shitty. But now I've had to dedicate a sizable chunk to talking about these claims against me, about how I'm not going to talk about it and was not going to talk about it until pressure from Twitter forced me to, even though I had talked about it as it was developing and even mentioned on stream I was going to make a video on it. So to bring it all back to what should actually be the focus, the Ava Tyson situation and how horrible it is, I believe that it is an unforgivable thing that has been done. Talking to minors inappropriately is horrible. And having this kind of continued relationship with a minor where you're sharing edgy and inappropriate jokes back and forth and being in group chats and voice chats with children and saying gross things around them is so weird that it is not okay under any situation. It's disgusting behavior. And publicly supporting an artist who draws child porn and even owning art from that artist and talking about art like that. And the revenge porn, all of it is very fucking bad. It's horrible. I'm not pulling any punches here on my feelings around it. So, yes, I wanted to talk about this, and that's really about it. See ya.
Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoy. As always, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, join the fam. Let me know in the comments what you think, bro. Like, let me know y'all opinions, and yeah, I'll make sure to be replying and all that. All right. See y'all for the next one.